breast cancer survivor for 22 years. And I'm grateful to Voice for the opportunity to implement a mentally cancer-free and thriving project. And this is an innovate and learn. But before that, my organization has been in existence, Uganda Women's Cancer Support Organization. This is an organization that was formed by women who survived the cancer to support other women and of course their families to go through cancer diagnosis, treatment, and live positively beyond the cancer treatment. And this organization has been in existence for the last 18 years. So when Voice came with an innovate and learn project. And the uniqueness with Voice is that they've given us flexibility to think. You've been doing work for the last 18 years. How different can you do your work? We have been supporting women, counseling them, skilling them, but we had never gone in depth to know what these people go through beyond cancer treatment, beyond chemotherapy, losing hair. The issue of mental health came in. And this came in during COVID. During the lockdown, cancer patients suffered the most. Being an organization of survivors would receive calls from all over the country. I'm stuck, I can't talk to the RDC, I can't get transport. Those who were stuck in Mulago had no food, had nowhere to stay. And after COVID, we had quite a number of cancer patients in Butabika. Some patients committed suicide of their loved ones, and these things are never talked about. So when Voice came in, this was an opportunity for us to innovate, to think, how can we, us with lived experiences, help those in the community and support them go through cancer treatment with the proper mental state, live positively and become productive. When we talk about mental health, I think he has elaborated a lot on mental health. Everybody's feeling is somebody who is throwing stones, it's somebody who is undressing. But you mentioned when we were starting the conversation that 14 million people live with a mental challenge in this country. And cancer patients is not an exclusion. I think that is even an understatement. So we started this work with a baseline needs assessment. And we had all the survivors interviewed and some clinicians, some psychologists, some psychiatrists, to know whether they understand the mental health challenges that within cancer patients. Surprisingly, this is something that has not been attended to. And when we interviewed the survivors, the patients, and they were living with depression, some wanted to commit suicide, and it's not only the patient, but the people around them. The husbands we've been talking about, the men, the children, the aunties. So we designed this program, Mentally Cancer Free and Thriving, to go and support these women as our targeted rights holders, but also the people around them. If we supported them mentally, are they able to adhere to treatment, go through cancer treatment, and live a productive life like I'm living 22 years because I was supported. But also we know that cancer treatment is one of the most expensive treatments. By the time you complete treatment, 2 to 3, 5 years, you grow. So these people need an element of economic empowerment. So we partnered with our partner, Wayaho Project in Mende. So what is unique about this project is that the Voice focus on performance in a smaller area, making an impact other than going countrywide. So we chose one sub-county and we went to Mende sub-county to identify, worked with the structures to identify the patients in the community, but with authority from the district. So when I started with the DHO introducing this project, he was like, do you think there are cancer patients in Mende? I said, this is an innovator, let me see if they are there. To date, I have 89 patients in just Mende sub-county, and about 5 are just visitors. So this tells you the gravity of the matter. So the uniqueness in it that I run an organization of survivors, people with lived experiences. So we went out as the champions. So it was very easy for us to knock at the door of a cancer patient and I say, I'm a survivor, they come out. At first it was very difficult. You know, cancer carries a lot of stigma. People don't disclosure because you'll be blamed, you'll be so many things because of community perceptions. They say either you were bewitched, or if it is cervical cancer, you had multiple sex partners or something like that. So people will be blamed. So people are not talking about cancer. But when we went as survivors, the patients came out. And we took them through peer sessions. They talked to each other. We had the right-sold engagements, bringing them in one room and sharing experiences. And then when they were stable, we gave them economic skills. Our partner would give the skilling in poultry, in vegetable growing, and these rice holders would get back and do the same. But it was interesting that those who had abandoned treatment resumed the treatment. Those who had been, because we found domestic violence in it, and because as a woman and has cancer, of course, that is the source of domestic violence. So when you address domestic violence but without addressing the cause, this woman is suffering from cervical cancer. She cannot perform her marital obligations. So the domestic violence starts from there. So when we engage the men, the issues were like a bedroom issues. So we had to bring the men. We identified the champions.
Finally, someone talks about bringing men.
So we have the men on board. We took them through all this because the issues were information. They also didn't know. So we have a very supportive team of male champions in Mende, and they lead now the campaigns. The men, the young people, the children. And it is the uniqueness in it that we talk about women, but there are a lot of beneficiaries around this project. We realized the patients that we've got range from 4 years to 92 years. So we have the very young ones, we have the teenagers, we have the women, we have the elderly. So now we are looking at the intersectionality. How do we support it? Because the issues, the challenges, the needs are totally different. And we used to think it's women, but we know every woman has somebody behind her, either a husband or a father or a mother or a son. So this project is looking at the entire family. And we have skilled the entire family. We have given economic skills to the entire family and the coping skills. How do you support someone who is going through cancer? What do you do? If she's going through depression, what happens? Because mental health has not been an issue. It is an issue but has been overlooked. And we have engaged right from Uganda Cancer Institute, the lowest center at the community, whether they've been taking care of mental health. And I realize even Uganda Cancer Institute has no mental treatment. Somebody is antidepressants. Because this is something that we have not talked about. So we are using the existing structures to ensure that the referrals are proper. If somebody needs maybe just treatment for the depression, through the system, the support is given. We have done a lot of capacity building, right from the VHTs to the health primary care workers at the lowest level. We've worked with the CD's office and with the district. And to date, the district is in support. And this morning, there was a radio program sponsored by the district for our rights holders to go on air and talk. So I think this is something that has come out, and it has been well embraced with the systems, but also the community level. And I feel this is, I wish it would continue, but we are not about to stop whether voice is present or not. We shall continue.